We custom built our own version of Salesforce, which I will say has been a game changer. It's probably one of the most powerful CRMs out there because of the capabilities it has to integrate with so many external systems. You can pretty much, if you can dream it, you can build it with Salesforce, but for a price. So if I was to give it a downside, it's costly to build, costly to maintain, costly to run, but it can do a lot for you. So we've been really happy with that. So for example, some things that we've done with our Salesforce instance that have been game changing. We are running all of our refinance quotes for past clients. We're basically automatically pricing those out every day. And soon enough, with the help of AI, so I'll get into that later, we're actually going to build the quotes themselves and send the emails automatically to clients when they meet the parameters for qualification. So, like I said, if you can dream it, you can build it. And Salesforce is an amazing backbone for that. It takes a lot of effort to get it dialed in. And this has been a labor of love for about 6 years that we continuously tweak and make improvements and make changes. So that's probably the number one thing in our tech stack we couldn't live without. And unfortunately, Salesforce knows that. So when renewal time comes, they don't take it easy on us. The second thing that is a game changer, and specifically for how we work, is a email application called Front. So frontapp.com. It is not an email platform like Gmail or Outlook is. So we still use Outlook as like the sender, if you will. Front is like a skin that you plug everything into. Why that radically changed our business is because of the way that we work in a team-based environment. There can be a lot of threads and communication can get messy. So when I started at JVM, one of my jobs was I was the client advisor, lead taker person. And my day-to-day job, in addition to just answering the phones, was watching our JVM team inbox. It would get probably about 1,200 to 1,500 emails a day. And my job was assigning it to the right person or filtering out the spam or, doing all that stuff. And it was a full-time job. That thing was exhausting.
Really inspiring job. I'm sure you had a great time with that. Thank God you got promoted out of that position. Good job.
You can see why I so desperately wanted to fix that problem for selfish reasons.
Totally.
Yeah. And so the way it was set up was JVM team was a distribution list. So basically everyone would get the same copy of that email. So, 1,500 emails would be multiplied by 20 employees because everyone's just seeing that. So our servers would get overloaded to be a mess. Anyway, the thing that Front does that's very unique is all these inboxes are now shared. So it's one copy of the email that's assigned to the one person handling it, but there's visibility to the people who need it. So for example, if a pre-approval letter request or a pre-approval request comes in, a new client is reaching out wanting a pre-approval, I can tag in the comments my assistant and say, hey, can you start, can you put them in Salesforce and get them logged and attached to the right realtor? Boom, my assistant's already working on that. Hey, pre-approval team, can you put together this scenario at, $1 million or 20% down, 800 credit? Boom, they're working on it and they can actually build the email drafts that I can see. And we're all collaborating in this thread that's related to the one client request. So basically your emails become a repository for those clients and everyone has the full context. I'm not going to Salesforce to check the notes. I'm not going to my Teams. I'm not going to my text messages. It builds it all in one. And it actually even got better recently because our phone system now plugs into it. So text message threads between myself and clients, I can tag people in and they can see the full context, right? So if we're texting about different scenarios, different addresses, whatever, great. Hey, build me these scenarios. And I don't have to specify because they can just read all the context above. So I love the Front app. It's, it truly is one of the things that I think helps us do the volume we do.
I have a question about that. So Front is the name of the app for people to check out. But what I'm not clear on, and this is probably just my ignorance, is how does that cut down on the number of emails that you need to look at?
There's no duplication of emails that are team related. So if, for example, back to the old way of doing it, where if you have a team distribution inbox, let's say, she sends it to the JVM team. So Andrei has a copy, Tim has a copy of that email. And you're not sure, did I handle it? Did you handle it? So in this case, there's only one email that both Andrei and Tim can see. So if you respond to it, it gets removed from my to-do list. So I'm like, oh, Tim already sent it. Boom, it's done. It's archived. I don't have anything else to handle about it. Or Tim can say, hey, Andrei, this is actually for you. You assign it to me. Now it's cleared from your plate and it's in my court to handle. So it's one email getting assigned to one person to handle rather than multiple copies that then there has to be like a manual process to reconcile and say, hey, did somebody reach out to the agent? Okay, did somebody reach out to the borrower? Okay, right. I'll archive my copy.
If nothing else, what I'm hearing you say, it cuts down the communication internally between you and 4 other people as to who's going to take this versus you can see if somebody took it because it creates one continuous thread. Is that right?
Exactly. Cool. And underneath each email, there's comments that are happening internally. So if there's any discussion that needs to happen about it, people can chatter back and forth and say, oh, actually, Tim, do you mind stepping in for me because of X, Y, and Z reason? And that happens instantaneously.